what does it mean to be taken and drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and what have you taken of it since you've been here?
Yeah, it was a long experience, long journey, but it was great. You know, getting on the phone with the guys straight away and coming over here a couple days after, and I've been loving it ever since I got here. They all welcomed me with open arms, and it's been a great couple practices so far.
I know you haven't met him yet, possibly, but this travel is also from Australia. What does that do for you to have someone from the native language, all that for you to have him there as well?
Yeah, it's great. I've spoken to him before, not recently, but you know, when he comes back, obviously connect, and you know, obviously both from Australia, so that's really big for people back home. But I'm just picking his brain. He's been through it a few years, and I'm just seeing what he can, you know, help me to get my game up to the highest level.
What was draft night like for you? Like, what were your emotions like getting a call from the Cavs?
Yeah, it was a lot of emotions. I mean, it's the hard work you've been putting in the gym for hours and hours, days, years. So it was really cool. Stayed out in LA with my family, so I had all my family fly over from Australia, and just with the people that were sort of with me my whole journey throughout high school, throughout Duke. But it was a really special night.
In what ways on the floor do you think that your game can make an impact on this?
Yeah, I think just space on the floor. I think I'm a really good shooter. I think I showed that last year at Duke, and just playing off the ball, playing different positions, and then just defensively, keep growing, keep learning defensively, and just try and impact winning as much as I can.
How do you think that in your time at Duke playing multiple different roles for your 3 years there helps make the transition to the NBA maybe a little bit easier than had you just done one thing?
I think the biggest thing is just playing with really good players. My 3 years, had guys like Derek Lively, Kyle Filipowski, obviously past most recent whole starting 5 getting drafted. So I think just being able to adapt and sort of pick your niche on the court and be really good at that, allowing the other players to be really good at what they do, and allow all of you to play together to get wins.
Have you gotten any advice from some of those guys that you played with in years prior that had gone pro about what it's like going through?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously very different. I speak to D Live all the time. Me and Flip are close, Jared. So I mean, I'm best friends with Dyson. So it's just transition's obviously tough at first, but once you get into it, just sticking to your daily habits, daily routines, and just keep getting 1% better every day.
You're going to be able to get some work in at Summer League, obviously. What are you looking to showcase, and maybe what are some of the areas that you're looking to really focus on working on?
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 quarters, so just adapting to the game. Obviously very different in college. Pace of the game, spacing's a lot different, obviously a bigger court. But just going out and playing free, just playing with the guys I've been working out with now, and just having a good time, obviously learning the game, and just keep getting better every game I play.
Omar said that the lesson, the key for you is to shoot. For you, how good does it feel for them to just say that they want you to shoot the ball, they want you to put it up?
Yeah, it feels great. That's what I do, and when you have that sort of green light, you just have even more confidence behind you, and my teammates and coaches all trust me to shoot the ball and make the right read, so that's what I got to do.
Tyrese, what was your pre-draft interactions like with the Cavs? Did you spend time with him? Did you get to know him at all?
Yeah, so I met with him in Chicago at the combine. So I met with him there, and then I didn't have a workout with them, but met with them there, had really good talk there.
And then when it came to draft night, some guys get 2-way contracts. You got a standard contract, multi-year contract. How much did that factor into the process of you going to the Cavs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really blessed to be able to be in that position, and I think I'm coming into a great organization. Obviously, they had a heck of a year last year, came up short, and I think just trying to get back to that winning culture here and continue to succeed.
So you never know when you get drafted, you're going to go to a winning team or a team that's trying to get there. If you're coming into a playoff team, how do you think you can make an impact, and what kind of opportunity do you see even as a rookie?
Yeah, just doing whatever I can to get on the floor and stay on the floor. I think defense is a big one no matter where you go. I know that's what Coach Shire preached to me at Duke. And then, like I said, just spacing the floor, being an outlet of different guys, DG, Don, obviously primary ball handlers, and get a lot of attention, and then just trying to play off them and just help the team overall.
How much did you change physically in your 3 years at Duke, and how much more room is there for you?
Yeah, a lot more room. I think from freshman to junior year, you can just tell by the way I played on the floor. Put a lot of work in off the court, and obviously in the weight room, nutrition. But still got a ways to go. Obviously, met with people here and still want to get a lot stronger base, and just see where it takes me.
How much, you mentioned it changed the way you play. How does getting stronger change the way you play for you?
Yeah, you can be more physical, hold your ground more. longer game, so when your legs get fatigued, be able to get under your legs in your shot. Just little things that subconsciously you might not think of, but I mean the results will show it. So I think just small things like that.
Now that you've made it to the NBA, going over from Australia to Duke, playing those 3 years, just looking back on how you got here, what does that mean to you, and how do you think that helped you just kind of taking that path?
Yeah, I think I've been on a unique journey, to say the least. Obviously, from the academy to Duke a year early, sort of finding my way in the rotation and group, and obviously not having the best, first couple years, and just coming through this year, working hard in the summer, and having a really good year, and just building up that momentum-wise, confidence-wise, and just doing whatever I can to help this team.
I know that mentally it's probably hard to block out external pressure when that comes with it, but how do you handle that personally, just as far as championship expectations, being a five-star, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you go through that at Duke. Obviously, it's extreme in the NBA now, but I've sort of been through that already and understand how my certain ways to block out that sort of stuff. And I think the biggest thing for me is just keeping my circle small and close-knit.
You mentioned the Duke starters getting drafted. How much pride did you take in that as a group, and what have you guys made? Did you guys kind of talk to each other about how the 2 draft nights went for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a goal that we had start of the year. We all talked and said if we wanted to get where we wanted to go, just play together, and the rest will take care of itself. And obviously, really close with all those guys, and we all spoke after the draft and still speak to this day. And I mean, just really proud of him. I mean, the work shows off, and I thought we had such a great team and great group, and it's really cool to see us all go.
Tyrese, one of the things that people said about you leading up to the draft, they talked about your maturity and your readiness and stuff like that. In what way do you feel like playing in Australia, then going to Duke, has prepared you for what's ahead here?
Well, Australia is a different type of brand of basketball. From an early age, they teach the game a little bit differently, and then transitioning over here, it's a lot more fast-paced, just quicker reads. So I think being at Duke for 3 years, sort of seeing the ins and outs of the game. Obviously, it was a transition at first, but I think just going through the big-time games for Duke, every game the lights are on you, is one thing that will sort of carry over to the NBA. Every game in the NBA is a big-time game and a big-time night.
You're probably eager to meet everybody and get to know all your teammates, but is there someone in particular that you're maybe looking forward to the most, picking their brain?
I think Don. I was on the phone with him after I got drafted, so we spoke for a little bit, but he's a great player, and just seeing his daily work and his habits, I think it's going to be really cool to just be a sponge from.
What was his message to you?
You said what?
What was his message
just
to
welcome.
you?
He was just welcoming me. We had spoken before, but obviously when I got my name called, he called me, and we just talked for a little bit.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.